I think I finally cracked it. I think I found the perfect Freyr build order. And it's a super intricate one, so I think I'm gonna have to be pausing a lot as I explain this build order here. So I've told you, if any of you saw my last video with the tier list, I told you the build order for Freyr is gonna have to be really, really perfect in order to be optimal. And I think the ones I've seen other people post on YouTube has not been optimal. Let's just put it like that. So I really wanted to give a crack at it and find something really, really useful that you can replicate consistently. And I think I've done it here. At least on a map like Blue Lagoon with giraffes, this is very, very easy to... I say very easy. For me, it's easy to replicate. For you guys, it may be difficult, I don't know. But if you're interested in what the optimal Freyr build order looks like, I'll show you guys. So I have 3 gatherers. I sent them over to wood, and one of them will build an ox cart and then go onto the tree. On this ox cart, I will get pickaxe when I remember it. Let's see. How long does it take me? There. You can just get it immediately. But my berserker, he's just going scouting. He's not building a house. He's just going scouting for now. This ox cart I'm going to send over to my dwarf, which I was building from the beginning. First thing you want to build is a dwarf, and then you want to build 2 gatherers. So 3 onto wood, 1 onto gold, and now I'm going to send gatherers onto food. And I don't have an ox cart for both the wood and the food, so I'm going to wait for this girl to be needing the ox cart right about now. I'm going to send the ox cart there. And for these 3, as soon as they're ready, as soon as they have 10 wood, they're going to return it to this ox cart and then transition over to food. Gonna look something like this. And then these 2 will have 10 very soon as well. Gonna send them to this ox cart and then over to food. That will leave me with 5 gatherers on food, and I've got a bunch of wood in the bank already, because I'm gonna be needing that for a house, a temple, and an ox cart for my wood chopper. So I don't have enough wood yet, but I'm getting there. I'm now adding a dwarf to my gold mine, so I have 2 now, and I'm gonna be building more gatherers. Oof, a bit of idle time here. That's my mistake. I could have just force dropped. So 5 on food, and I'm now starting to add gatherers to this tree. I want this tree to be depleted, so I'm sending 3 gatherers here from this point onwards to this palm tree here, the straggler tree. And now I'm getting pickaxes finished, and I'm getting hand axe as well. With Freyr, these upgrades take 75 seconds to research, but they are obviously half priced. What this means is that you really want them as soon as possible, and this is what I'm trying to achieve with this build order. I'm getting pickaxe immediately, and I'm getting hand axe as soon as possible after that. So I'm sending 3 onto wood, and then I'm building a 3rd dwarf over here. These 2 are going to finish up this palm tree, and then they're going to return. Actually, I just returned one of them there, and when these 2 are ready, they're going to go over on food as well. And notice a little trick here I'll show you is I'm gonna be killing this giraffe, and you're gonna need 3 villagers to kill a giraffe. Don't use anything more than 3 villagers. Use 3, nothing more, nothing less, because you don't want it to run away, which is going to happen if you just use 1 or 2. And you don't want to overshoot it, which is going to happen if you use 8, right? So if you want to play it optimally, you use 3 to kill a giraffe like this. Now I'm building, I've got 8 on food, 8 gatherers on food, and now I'm building more gatherers who are going to go on this straggler tree. I've got enough wood for the house here, and I've even got enough wood for a temple after that. But after that, I'm going to still need 40 wood for my ox cart that's going to be on the wood line. So that's what she's going to be assisting in getting. This berserker now building the house, and it's going to look to build a temple now. And there it is. Starting to build the temple. I like to build it in front of my gold mine as protection. Now we see hand axe is in as well. And this is really perfect. I don't know if you can see why, but I've got 20 wood here. These two are on the straggler tree, and I've just finished hand axe, which means they will both have 15 wood capacity. So when they have that, they're going to go to this TC, and then they can go over on a tree line, and there will be just enough wood for an ox cart. Gonna see it here. This girl will go up here. Before long, we have the wood. These two are bringing the 15. Now we have enough wood for the ox cart. These small idle things that's happening here, that's not my fault, by the way. That's the game. It's a bug in the game. I have 8 on food and now 4 on wood over on this wood line, and I'm adding a 4th dwarf. This is gonna be my last villager before I hit the classical age, so around now is when I force drop onto my ox cart here, and I transition 2 villagers over onto wood, and I go classical age through Uller. And here I think I actually do a mistake very soon, because I'm gonna be having enough wood for husbandry, and I decide to go for that too. As you can see here, I think that's a mistake. I don't think I should do that actually. But I'm adding in Hersers now too. I think I can show you in a minute why I think husbandry was a mistake. It's just, you have the resources for it, and like I said, you want these upgrades in as soon as possible, so the sheep can start fattening, or the goats can start fattening, but it wasn't necessary if we're being real. Now I'm getting 3 Hersers is what I'm aiming for. Nothing more than 3 Hersers, but I do like getting those because you really need to build a lot of buildings, so you definitely do need to build them. Plus they're really good for defending against the myth unit and so on, obviously. You see, now I hit the classical age here. I build a great hall, I build a longhouse, and I don't have the wood for the tower upgrade. And I would love to have the tower upgrade here. The price you see here is wrong, by the way. It's half of this because I'm Freyr. But if I didn't spend wood on husbandry, I could have got the tower upgrade too. And I'm getting the Asgardian Bastion. It's just a build order guide, so, you know, if you're playing a real game, maybe you don't want to use it here. Whatever. I'm building dwarves onto my gold mine, by the way. I always like to do that after classical age. Also, I'm building an armory up here. So really just 4 builders going at it right now, and the reason for that is you want to start teching as soon as possible. So in this longhouse here, I'm getting the medium infantry, the tower. Finally I'm getting the tower upgrade, and this great hall is going to be finished, and I'm going to queue up the medium cavalry upgrade. Right now I have 7 dwarves on gold. I'm going to add 1 more, and then I'm going to start making gatherers instead. And the armory, by the way, if you haven't already figured out, it's half priced just as everything else with Freyr. So we want to get these technologies rolling as well. 75 seconds, it's a long while, so yeah, I just like to get that armory down and start getting these armory upgrades because they're so cheap. Look at this. 38 food, 38 gold for a really good upgrade to get.
Yo.
Good at that.
You see all these technologies that are just starting to roll in. And finally we can even start adding real military units now. So that's good for us. Having a bit of idle time here, struggling a bit with my gatherers, so in hindsight, if you look at my economy, I've got 260 wood. I think I could have gotten away with sending some dwarves onto goats and then maybe gold later. I think I'll look to do that when I start playing with this build order in ranked games or whatever. And yeah, at this point I just need to continually build houses, build more production, build this longhouse here. I can build additional great halls, I can add in huskarls from here. I've got so many technologies now. I've got all the eco upgrades I can get. I've got the lion upgrades for horses and for infantry, and I'm getting all the armory upgrades very soon too. What this means is that I'm really, really well set for just spamming units at my enemy. And if this is gonna be a 1TC versus 1TC kind of game, I'm so well set here to be a lot stronger than my opponent. Simply because I've got all of these technologies and I've got them so early that my economy is good, and right now my military units are really, really good too. And yeah, got 8 on berries. You don't want anything more than 8 on berries, so I'm starting to send them up here instead. It's generally just a good idea. And I'm adding in dwarves too now because I'm struggling for food, so there is definitely some perfectioning you can do with this build post-classical. But I think the early Archaic Age is, if you ask me, it's kind of flawless. Hate to brag. But there it is. That's the Freyr build. I hope you like it. I hope it wasn't too complicated. If you do decide to use it, I want to hear if you had any success with it. Yeah, that's me. Peace.